Ladies and gentlemen, how are you? It's good to be back for a Friday night. Yeah, Friday. We're already near the end of the week. This week has gone very, very quickly. But we have more things to talk about, including we're going to hear from a celebrity tonight, Brad Pitt. Yep, we're going to hear from Brad Pitt. Well, okay, we're not going to hear from Brad Pitt. We're going to show you what someone thought was Brad Pitt. And we're going to talk about how we can help people in our lives with, these type of scams that come around. So we're going to talk about that, a subject that I love talking about, and how we can talk to people, that in our lives that may not be super technology. They don't really know, how the world works online, and we don't want to scare them away from using the internet. It's a great tool, but there's some things they should know. So we're going to talk about that. We got more true crime. We got some people who are no longer with us. That's why we're a true crime channel. Good to see you all. I hate mornings. Good to have you, Marilyn Landis, Danny Mitchell. By the way, Danny gifted a membership. That is very kind of you, buddy. Good to see you, by the way. Nana Lana is here. Mama Mia, April B, Diamond Heart, Lynn D. Who else is here? Diane Marie made it. April B. Oh, really? I'm sorry to hear that. That is never good news, my friend. Good to have you all. All right. All right. Let me get you over here. So you may have seen this already. It has made the rounds on the media, and I want to sort of talk to you about what we can do about helping people. And it is horrible. It really is. So this is Brad Pitt. We all know him. Ocean's 11, a bunch of other movies he's done. World's Most Handsome Man or whatever. This person here is not Brad Pitt. This person here is, I don't know, someone in hospital that possibly could be a female with Brad Pitt's face glued onto the head. That's what it looks like. This looks like possibly a female body under here. And, it doesn't even look that convincing. It looks a little weird. Like, if you look at the head, it's like there's a ghost Brad Pitt appearing out of the face mask. That's what it looks like to me. But, from a distance on a phone, maybe people not paying attention. And here, random face at the end of the operating table that almost looks like a mannequin. There you go. These photos were used to try and convince a woman known Anne to give up over £700,000. £700,000. That is basically someone's, life savings. That is all their money probably. And they're saying how she was duped and now has been branded dumb, naive, and stupid, and has been harassed so mercilessly online that she's deleted all of her social media pages. Look, there's another one. This looks like a combination of Brad Pitt and some other dude from Midwest America. It's like Brad Pitt's cousin who, is called something else. I don't know. Can't think of a funny name right now, but that is not Brad Pitt. I don't know who that is. That's Brad Pitt after 40 days on painkillers and recovery in hospital, maybe. April B says, I haven't seen anything today, so this is news to me. It looks weird. It does. It looks very odd. Let's have a look at some of the others. This is the woman here. She is now homeless, penniless, and living with a friend after sending, that £700,000 to who she thought was Brad Pitt, but ended up being scammers, online scammers preying on people. And so she is pursuing a civil case against her French bank for allowing her to make such huge money transfers to overseas accounts without being, checked. Like, why are you doing this? In Australia, they now do that. Anything over, I think it's $5,000, they actually pull you into a room, ask you why you're doing it. Is anyone pressuring you to send the money? That type of thing. Um, it says here she was an interior designer and said the ordeal started when she received a message on social media from someone claiming to be the actor's mother after sharing photos of her lavish ski trip on Instagram. She said a day later she received a second message from an account posing as Brad Pitt, saying his mother had spoken a lot about her already. Yes, celebrities' parents trolling social media for random women at ski lodges. I'm sure that happens every day. They say the victim, who said she was going through a difficult period with her millionaire husband, told how she struck up an unlikely friendship with the account from February in 2023, receiving poems and kind affirmations. That's always the mark of Brad Pitt. Poems and kind affirmations. They say here, what is I don't know if this is coming from, it's coming from her. There are so few men who write you this kind of thing. I like the man that I was talking to. He knew how to talk to women. It was always very well done. Yes, scammers often know how to talk to people. It is their sort of bread and butter. They don't care if you're a male or a female. They just tailor, you know, their talking to a specific person. She said that she revealed she did have suspicions and thought the account was fake at first. At first, or like through the whole thing? I'm going to guess through the whole thing. But after messaging every day and receiving AI-generated photos and videos of the star, she became more at ease. Yes, I often become more at ease when people send me AI-generated photos and videos of a celebrity. It's what I need. Every time I go to an event and they're like, "Ping, what is your rider for this event?" I'm like, "Hey, can you get me some AI-generated photos and videos of a celebrity? It'll make me feel more at ease." They say here soon, the blossoming relationship took a turn as the fake Brad Pitt proposed to her and overwhelmed her with the promise of fancy gifts. Oh my God, fancy gifts. The only catch was that she would need to pay custom fees to receive them. Oh, the old custom, you got to pay up front to get all the money trick. They say she had to, yeah, she paid out 9,000. Oh, it's euro, not pound. Oh, geez. So I think this original amount up here is euro, not pound. So she gave up 700,000 euro, and it started with 9,000 euros. So, oh no, yeah, it's pound. The original monetary amount they quoted is in pound. So I don't know what that is in euros. Probably like €500,000. They're saying here, with the victim already having shown willingness to part with money, the scammer went on to make more and more absurd requests from her. When the victim told her friend she was expecting a hefty divorce settlement from her husband, the scammer upped the stakes. The Brad Pitt account appealed for help in funding urgent kidney cancer treatment, lamenting that they could not access their funds due to an ongoing divorce from Angelina Jolie. Yes, oftentimes when I'm having cancer treatment for my kidneys, I often can't access my money because Angelina Jolie took all my money. That happens frequently. Oh my God, it's another fake Brad Pitt. This one is not convincing. It just looks like they went, where is a movie poster of Brad Pitt so I can take his face and put it on this person in a hospital? Oh my God, who is this? I don't know who this is, but this ain't Brad Pitt. This is looks like, I don't know, some guy. Oh, I love you very much, my wife. Yes, my wife. AI generated, maybe. They're saying the scammer reportedly began sending AI generated photos of Brad Pitt, apparently from the confines of a hospital bed. The two communicated by text and with photos, but the victim said he was never free. The victim said that the alleged Brad Pitt was never available for any online video chat, Skype, video calling. So in sum, she parted with nearly 1 million euro over the course of the relationship until her suspicions were roused by seeing the actor with his new girlfriend in the papers. The victim went to authorities with the story, who launched an investigation. Oh my lord. That's often when I get suspicious of, the girls I'm seeing, is when they turn up in the papers, you know, on a red carpet with a new woman. Every time. Happens all the time to me. I think I'm dating all these hot supermodels, and I see them with some other handsome bloke, and I'm like, oh, not again. This happened last week. Look, as much as I'm making a little bit of fun of her, it is a very serious topic. And unfortunately, if we don't add a little bit of humor into it, I think we'd all go a little mental. You can't give money to people online. You just can't. Like donating to my show, that sounds like I'm being very, silly, right? But there's a secure thing about it. It's slightly different. But when these people start making odd requests of you, like, oh, I lost my leg in Africa, and now I need to pay the African military $19.4 million to retrieve said leg. Otherwise, I won't be able to walk anymore. Your suspicions should start to go through the roof. Yeah, he's dating. Yeah. What do we tell you about men? Men traditionally, especially if they're single at an older age, always target down. And the statistics tell us that women, if they're at this age, often target up. I don't know why it works that way, it just does. I think women like the stability. The men like the younger hot girl. It's just how it works. But yeah, you would think after 10,000 euro, you might be a little concerned that those fancy gifts did not turn up to your doorstep. I don't know how people get conned into giving so much money away, but I sometimes think there's something missing in their life that they're longing for. And I suggest in this one, she was wanting a connection with someone that understood her and someone she could talk to. And that trapped her in a very, bad predicament, because they were able to manipulate her based on those feelings. And it's very sad. 700, well, almost €1 million. So what can you do as the smart people who watch this show? What could you do to help someone in your life? And as someone who's worked in security and vulnerability, cybersecurity, I can tell you that the biggest thing you could ever do is educate people. Tell them what can happen in the world, because a lot of these people just don't realize that there are people out there that will do this to them. A lot of them think, they lived very sheltered lives, they grew up in like the same town, they don't really travel that far. They don't think someone from a Nigerian or African country, or someone from Romania, not trying to only blame those countries, but a majority of them do come from there. They don't believe, like, well, why would someone from Africa be talking to me? Like, I am just an old man from Kansas. Like, they just don't think the world works in that particular way. So the best thing you could ever do is talk to them. Try take an interest in what they're doing. I think a lot of times with our older generation, the younger generation just disconnect from them. They see them for Christmas or for birthdays, or they make a phone call twice a year. That's not enough. You need to take a more bigger interest in their lives, and maybe you can catch something like this a lot earlier. The other thing is, I've seen some people who, especially if they think that these people are vulnerable in any way, they actually install a nanny app on any of their phones or computers, so they have access even when they're not in the home, so they can kind of keep an eye on things. Keep an eye on the emails, who are they talking to, kind of like a teenager. But it does help to have an overview of what's going on for them, so you can kind of nip something in the butt. Yeah, Retireon says, I'm telling Mrs. Ping that you are sending money to online women. I ain't sending money to no women. I said I said I might. I think I said I talked to women. I didn't say I was sending any money. I don't do either anyway. Um, yeah, support the elderly. Try and take a bigger interest. Shasta said some of the Dr. Phil victims were on twice for getting ripped off again. I think one of the saddest stories I heard was a man who kept paying the scammer, and even when he found out it was a scammer, he just kept paying them the money because he felt bad. And some of those people are beyond traditional type of help. They need real intervention, psychological help, a lot more restrictions, a guardianship, maybe something like that. But for the everyday people, trying to educate some of these people because they didn't grow up with computers. So they don't really, they don't fully understand. Although I'll tell you, some of the people in the chat are right in that age group of people who would normally be targets for this type of thing. And they're clever enough to be here. So I don't worry about them that much. They say, Nana says, I haven't baked a cake in years. I often bake a cake with Brad Pitt all the time. So I would say they're my top things. And just the other things, review their security policy on any of their devices, make sure they got a good antivirus. Not that that stops any type of phishing or romance type, scams, but it does prevent them from malware and installing any software that may take over their computer and get into their banking. Sometimes these scammers will ask you to download an app and it's a remote access. So then they go, hey, log into your banking or blah, blah. Then they can see exactly what you're doing. They install a keylogger. So they've got all the passwords and login information. And then they just transfer cash to themselves from your bank account. Happens all the time, unfortunately. The other thing is communication. I think I mentioned it before. Talk to these people. Don't just ring them and ask them for your birthday card twice a year. Don't just call them and ask them how the garden's going. Like, really talk to them. Talk to them, get interested in what they're doing. And not only will you maybe catch a scam early, you'll also better your relationship with these people, because I think sometimes these older generation, they feel forgotten about by their families. They do. And I think sometimes why they end up in these type of scams is because their own family is not paying enough attention to them, and they want that type of relationship with anyone. They want someone to ask them what they're doing every day. Like they want someone to take an interest in their hobbies or whatever. And it would be good for everyone to try and pay a little more attention to our older people. So let's see. Danny Mitchell said these are the publisher clearinghouse types. That is true. Brad and I bake pies. I bet you do. I bet you do. No innuendo, right? Kaliza said, yeah, it's a loneliness thing. I think so. Wendy says getting old sucks and can be lonely. I actually think one of the greatest things is the people who are a little older have been able to figure out how to get onto YouTube or find a cool channel that they like knitting, or they like gardening, they like birds or animals or something. And they've opened up like a whole new world. And I love that. I often see people who are in that, 70 plus, little older than that, and they're online and they're watching the gorillas. Sorry, Trish, she's not 70. But they're watching the animal cams or the birds. Oh, we didn't check into the birds. I told you about the birds last year in Melbourne. I have no idea whether they had the babies or not. That just reminded me. Let's see. Rachel said, I do this with my best friend's mum, talking to her often just in case she would be embarrassed to tell her kids or grandkids. Yeah, sometimes it has to come from someone who's not a direct child, if that makes sense, because they're embarrassed to tell their children, but will open up to someone they see as a peer, not as a child. Sometimes it has to come from like a direct equal, so their age, if they're a similar age group, or that type of thing, because sometimes they don't want to reveal it to children, like, hey, I wasted 25,000 or something. How many years have people been using computers? Like, Danny, I will tell you, one of the programs that I used to help with was doing computer literacy for retirement people. Those classes were never not full. I guarantee you, Danny. Every term we had no places left. None. We had people calling, asking to be put in. They were full every single year. There are people out there that just never use them. I think that gap will get smaller as we go along because that generation will unfortunately no longer be around. And the generation coming behind them are more computer literate. So about 40 years or so, there will be no need for it anymore. I don't think so anyway, because those generations grew up using computers. So I used Wang. All right, Wang. Uh, Glitter is forever. Glitter is forever. Where is Glitter? Oh, here. Hey, Glitter. Let's see. Marlene says, I just got a garden book from the library. Really the only place I socialize. You socialize here with us. Here, high five, Marlene. Just for you. Shad says, Marilyn, you're still alive, so pretty cool. Right? Anyone who makes it to 70 should get an award, in my opinion. Wendy asks, says, bought our first computer in 1985 and put it in the kitchen table until we finished entering all our genealogy. Is that for real? You bought your first computer in 1985? That is awesome. C. Taylor says, my mother-in-law was scammed. Thank goodness she told us so we could help her with the police report. She was so embarrassed, so happy she told us. That's right. Communication, trying to make sure that they know that they could tell you it's nothing to be embarrassed about. It just happens. It's sort of like people who, these romance scams, they're the hard ones, because you don't have the just losing money. You have the vulnerability of falling in love with someone who's not real. And that is often more embarrassing than the money. Danny Mitchell said, life expectancy is beyond 70. I don't think so, Danny. We're all going to die at 70. I hope so. Anyway, I hope to live to 900. Yeah, so this poor lady, I feel so bad for her. Give me a second. I just wanted to check into something. What are they called? I just wanted to see if they had the babies. Oh, so apparently this year was an eventful year. If you remember, I told you about the falcons in Melbourne. They said they end up having 3 babies this year. Good, because the last couple of years they had failed hatchings. They didn't have very good years. It sounds like they got 3 this year, but 1 fell. What happened? Just 6 weeks later, the 3 fledgling. So they flew the nest. The live stream was switched off, and Falcon Watch was finished for another year. But it turns out the story didn't end there. In fact, the most dramatic part was yet to come. Just a couple of days after the hatchlings took their first flight, one of them got into a sticky situation. Somehow the falcon fledgling became stuck behind a glass balcony screen on a CBD skyscraper. Thankfully, it was reported to Wildlife Victoria, who were able to come to the rescue. But when the rescuers tried to release the falcon in Fitzroy Gardens so it could freely fly away, it couldn't flap one of its injured wings. So the falcon was taken to the Melbourne Zoo vet clinic to be examined. Then it was moved to Healesville Sanctuary. There it received special care until it was able to fly again. So it was released in early December, and now it is fine. So that is good news that they had a successful breeding season, because I remember when I told you this before, they had a few babies die this year. Not this year, the year before, and the year before that. They had it was not successful. They didn't have any good babies. So this year, 3 babies, 3 baby falcons. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a skyscraper in Melbourne where they have a nesting box for falcons, and they come every year and they They do the mating thing and they have the babies, and you can watch it on a live stream, and then the babies fly away. But they've had some very bad years, unfortunately. Yeah, it's called 367 Collins Street in the CBD of Melbourne. I don't know how much I can show of you of this because it's not. I don't know if this is copyrighted or not, but I can show you a little bit. This is the falcons where they are up here. I don't know if this shows any of the babies or not, but there's a couple of the falcons hanging around on the ledge of the sky. There's the view. Skyscraper in Melbourne. A lot of bird poop. There we go. But there's the view. So they hang out up there, and yeah, the peregrine falcons. So apparently, last year they caught a pigeon, and the pigeon was infected with some sort of disease, and it killed one of the babies last year, unfortunately. Last year or the year before, I can't remember. Gayla says, we've watched before. Great that they had the babies this year. I know, right? They had a good breeding season. More falcons for Melbourne. So, great news. Danny Mitchell says, if you think Brad Pitt needs your money, you need a guardian. Yeah, I agree. Brad Pitt does not need your money. Brad Pitt could light his cigars with a £1,000 note and not even care. He does not need your cash. He is a very well-off individual. But yeah, there you go. There's an update on the birds. I had no idea. We've been so busy. We've been traveling, went to Tasmania and back again, and went here and there. I didn't even remember to check in on them this particular season. All right. Good news about the falcons. Not so good that they got trapped on a balcony somewhere. All right, give me 1 sec. I'm going to switch to another panel. 1 sec. All right, it finally loaded. It says a man's body has been found in far southwest New South Wales. The body, believed to be a man in his 50s, was found outside the town of Wentworth on Thursday. He has not been formally identified, and they say the body was found a few hundred meters from the Murray River and about 3 kilometers from the center of the Wentworth Township. In a statement, New South Wales Police said officers were called to reports of a scrub fire at Log Bridge Road on Thursday morning. During a search of the area, police located the body of a man. He is yet to be formally identified. However, he is believed to be aged in his 50s. There's a map of the area. He was found here on Log Bridge Road. Not too much out here. Look at that. Beautiful area. They say a crime scene has been established and forensically examined. Detectives say the death is suspicious, and examiners will conduct a post-mortem. Police want anyone who was in the Wentworth or Log Bridge Road area during the past 7 days, and anyone with information or footage to come forward. Who would be out at this random place? Let's see if we can find it so I can show you. Log Bridge Road. Yep, there we go. That came up pretty easily. Oh, it's right on the border? It is. Yep. All right. I can show you some geography. So this river, the Murray River, basically is the border between New South Wales and Victoria. You can see there the imaginary line that runs through the river. And he was found up here on Log Bridge Road. The satellite is terrible. Why does everything look like we're in Mars? And everything's a random color, like purple and green. This is the weirdest satellite ever. But he was found up here, but there's nothing out here. Like, I'm not saying people can't die in desolate places, but there are some homes down here, though. Looks like some accommodation down here. State Water New South Wales Lock and Weir number 10. That is a great name. Public toilets are down the road, and then this is the main area, I'm guessing, of town. It is. So there is a town down the road, right on the Darling River. You can see here. There's a bridge over town. There's a supermarket here, but not a ton out where he was found. You can see the little red dot over here. Seems like a very strange place to just be. You know, someone might have killed him in town and taken him out here because it's on the. You know, it's quiet. There's only one road in, one road out. You'd be able to see headlights coming if someone was coming down this road from either direction. You can see right where he was found. There's not like you would be able to see if there was a car coming up this side or the opposite way through here. Even up through, if it's flat enough, you'd probably be able to see if anyone was coming down Lagoon Road too. If you were here, you'd probably be able to see the headlights off in a distance. So you would know if you had time to commit your crime out here for sure. You would have a pretty good vantage point. So, yes, thank you, Danny. I appreciate that like button. Danny Mitchell said, how come no one sends money to ugly, rich, famous people? I know, like Ping, I know. Penguin says, how do you find the community page? What? Penguin says, hi guys, was there a web sleuth today? There was no web sleuth today. Not tonight. Penguin, the community page, if you go to any YouTube channel, like go to the main page, not where the videos are, or sort of where the videos are, but just go to their main page. It's normally the last option on the right. So if you look at the top, they got tabs like video, live stream, and then there's one at the end that says community. That's where you find the community post. Marilyn Landis, yes, laughing. Trisha says, did she get plastic surgery in the hopes of looking like? I don't know. I hope not. But yeah, so Logbridge Road. Beautiful place. Look at the beautiful river. Got beautiful waterways. Murray River. Got the River Darling here. And something called Lagoon. Pretty cool. I've never been. I can't say I've ever been up this part of New South Wales or Victoria, but looks like a beautiful area. But not a. Seems like a great place for murder. Someone's body was dumped out here. Let me take you to another story here. They're saying police found the body about three kilometers outside of Wentworth, which is where I just showed you. Man believed to be in his 50s has yet to be formally identified. Yep, we know that. A post-mortem is going to be conducted to try find the man's cause of death. A crime scene has been established. Yeah, there's a better view actually of that. Actually, can we go down to street level here? Oh, it won't let us. Hold on. There's Lagoon. So can we go up here? That's interesting. So when I go back to the map, it won't let me go down here. See, I want to go down. This is the road where he was found, Logbridge Road. It won't let me go down there. Is it because I can only turn right? Okay. But it's a 2-lane. It's a 2-lane thing. Should be able to go. Nope. What the hell? Okay, is it private property? Nope. It's just an unpaved road. So you can see this is where the like this place is paved, But where his body was found down here, it's a dirt road. Like there is no paving here. I wish I could see what that sign says down here. But yeah, down where they found his body and a fire, there was no paved road. It is not for, I guess, not for Google cars. Oh my god. I hate when you drive around and you just see these blurry things. They're everywhere. They're like, oh, I come across them. I'm like, that's a weird weather phenomenon. I'm like, oh, these blurry squares. They're impacting our daily lives everywhere across the world. I think it has something to do with Google. Oh my god, it's gone. See? They're everywhere. And then they just disappear. See, the big square's gone. Dun dun dun. See, it's like a magic trick. There you go. Trisha says, so I'd have sympathy if she was a lonely old pensioner, but some folks deserve what they get. That is true. Retired Oren says, I was texting with Trisha. She said she was fine but tired. Yes, that is true. Hey, Govern, how are you? Marylander says, that's right. Trisha said she was going, yeah, so she's probably just having a long day. A long day for Miss Trisha. All right, that's what I've got with that. I will let you know if we get an update, but right now, that's about all we have. Yeah, let me just search Logbridge Road and just see if we get any other update. No other update, just that they're investigating. That's it. No real, not a lot of articles on it either. Only I can find a couple. Like there's one from Yahoo. Who the hell reads Yahoo anymore? Apparently we do. It says here, man's body. Yeah. So that's all New South Wales police are giving out at the moment. Just that they are treating it as suspicious and they're waiting on a forensic examination of the body to come back. So we'll find out. That's so funny, Danny. So many reasons that I can't tell you. But that is very hilarious. All right. So let's go to Santa Monica, because why not? Because it's beautiful there. Let's head to Santa Monica. They're saying a gunman is at large, but it seems like they know who he was. Wait, how can you have a booking photo and he's on the run? Okay, maybe he's been in jail before. Okay. So they're saying this guy here, Fabian Mendez, is seen in a booking photo from the Santa Monica Police Department. They're saying gunman at large after deadly Santa Monica shooting. They're saying the suspect was identified as Fabian, according to the PD. The shooting occurred January 15th in the 200 block of Broadway around 1:30 a.m. in the morning. Shortly before the shooting, the victim, described only as a man in his 30s who is believed to be homeless, was seen arguing with an unidentified woman. Mendez allegedly approached the victim and chased him into the middle of the street before shooting him in the back. Officers found the victim lying on the ground where he was pronounced dead. The suspect fled the scene and remains at large. He is considered armed and dangerous. He is described as a Hispanic male, standing 6'3", weighing around 280 pounds. He has noticeable tattoos on his forearms, including one that says Zamora in large letters. If located, do not approach or engage. Please call 911 when safe to do so. The victim's identity has not been released due to pending notification of next of kin. So they are still waiting to find the person's family. Let me see if I can get a bigger photo of this for you. So if you're in California and you see this fella, call it into police. He is 6'3", 280 pounds. He is a big dude. He is a big fella. So call it into authorities, please. I would like to see him off the street, considering he's willing to just randomly shoot people. He's just like, oh, they're in an argument. Let me finish the argument for them and shoot someone random. All right, give me 1 second, guys. I just want to flip my panel. Hold on. All right. Yeah, being so close to the border, Jojo, I would agree with you. Glitter, hey Glitter, what's up, sweetheart? She says, I'm here and listening, just working on my diamond art. Diamond art? Where'd you get the diamonds from? Are you an international jewel thief? Let me know. Let me know and then I'll help you. April B says, that always makes me sad knowing their family doesn't even know yet. That's right. Someone's family who has a person within it who has a homeless person is going to find out that person was shot and killed while being a homeless person. And unfortunately, this person that you see on the screen is probably responsible for that murder. So, pretty awful. All right, let's head out to KLS, Las Vegas. Let's go. If I can get it. Yep, 8 hours ago. Okay. All right. They say Las Vegas police track down woman accused in this thing here. I can't read that out, but it's, you know what that is. They say a woman accused in CSC case with high school coach. They say the Las Vegas Metro Police said they've tracked down a woman seen on video SAing an underage girl with a high school football coach. Jada Cole, 26, faces multiple charges in 2 separate cases. A grand jury indicted Valley High School's former head football coach, Antoine Washington, 45, on December 12th for 9 felony charges after a 15-year-old student said Washington had sex with her so many times, including in his school office, she could not provide a number. Police said they found 4 videos of Washington and the teen having sex. The material so graphic it is now sealed by the court. They say the district attorney previously described one video in which Washington was urinating on the teen, and another in which the teen appeared to be gagged and bound as Washington penetrated her from behind. A 15-year-old girl. They say another female voice was heard on video, and that individual has now been identified as Cole. The alleged victim said Cole was present, and some of the acts occurred at Cole's apartment, and Cole recorded some of the videos in summer of 2024, according to the arrest report obtained by 8 News Now. They say Cole is seen on video sexually A-word the teen, according to the report. The teen told police Washington invited his girlfriend to school, where they had a threesome. She identified Cole as Sissy and said she knew she was 15 years old when this occurred. Washington has admitted to the acts with the teen, but claimed he thought she was over the age of 16. The age of consent in Nevada is 16. He told detectives he had 3 girlfriends in addition to his wife. Sounds like a great guy. They say Washington's wife held a leadership role in Las Vegas in the Las Vegas Justice Court. Due to that conflict, they have learned that the case was moved from Las Vegas to Henderson, despite Las Vegas's Justice Court's administration refusal. Wait, what? Who wrote this? They said they learned the case was moved from Las Vegas to Henderson Justice Court, despite Las Vegas Justice Court administration's refusal to comment on that particular moving of the case. Police said they found more than 5,000 videos and more than 140,000 photos in Washington's possession. As a result of the first investigation, police said they found photos of CSAM material that Cole had produced, the female. The alleged victim is a toddler that Cole babysat. Washington remains in custody with $100,000 of bail. If he is to post bail, he is required to be on house arrest and away from the alleged victim in the case. Anyone under the age of 16 and all of Clark County School District properties. A jury trial has been scheduled for July 14th of this year. Wow, this is just insane. So you have two people here, Washington and Cole. Cole is a female, and Washington is a 45-year-old male. But it seems like even the female in this case has committed her own shocking crimes against underage people, including making CSAM material that they found during their investigation. That is awful. Here, let me look up. There must be a one for him on December 12th. Let's have a look. Seems like he's also been in trouble for some other things too. I'll show you in a minute. Yeah, let's go to 8 News Now out of Las Vegas, and I'll show you the video. And then I'll read you some other court documents.
Now. Disturbing details in a child sex crimes case against Valley High School's head football coach. Thanks for joining us at 4. I'm Vanessa Murphy.
And I'm Brian Loftus. 8 News Now, the only camera in the courtroom as Antoine Washington appeared virtually.
Mr. Washington was trusted with the safety of children in our school.
Clark County Prosecutor William Rolls says Antoine Washington broke that trust as the head football coach and security monitor at Valley High School. He confessed to Metro Police he had a sexual relationship with a student at times on school property, according to detectives. They report finding at least 4 disturbing videos of Washington with the teen, including these.
The child, who's under 16, is being urinated on. She appears to be in a passed out state, gagged and bound, with Mr. Washington penetrating her from behind.
The teen initially not wanting to identify Washington because he has a wife and kids, according to this arrest report obtained by the 8 News Now investigators. Washington telling police he has a polygamist relationship with 3 girlfriends and likes to play dad. Now he faces 9 felony charges because of his position in power, the age of the teen, and what prosecutors call child pornography. Rolls sounding the alarm about other alleged inappropriate contact with additional students and asking for a $500,000 bail. While Washington's public defender points to his lack of criminal history, strong ties to the community, family, and a lack of money to run.
What possible danger does my client pose to the community?
Henderson Justice Court Judge David Gibson setting bail at $100,000 with conditions including house arrest and no contact with minors under 16, the alleged victim, or Clark County School District properties.
It's not a matter of if he goes to prison. It's only a matter of what he's convicted of and for how long he goes to prison for.
Now, if Washington posts bond, he's required to be on house arrest and again prohibited from being on school grounds. Also, a quick note here. Initially, the case was in Las Vegas Justice Court and it was moved to Henderson. Sources say Washington has a personal connection in the Las Vegas Justice Court system. We've reached out to administration.
Even he did this enough times where the young girl, 15 at the time, can't even remember how many times this crime took place against her. That should tell you the extent of the offending here. Polygamist. Yeah, it looks like something like that. Does his wife know he now identifies as a polygamist? I'm guessing no. April B says he's a sick SOB, disgusting. He needs to go to prison and stay there. The both of them do. How long did he work at the school? I don't think it tells us. Hold on. It doesn't say, but he was the head football coach. All right, let me have a look. He was 45. Defender at photos, his head football coach. It doesn't tell me how long. but it sounds like he's been there a while. One sec, I'll see if I can grab it. All right, doesn't seem like I can find it, but I did find this. Apparently, he has some old court documents. This guy's been in trouble a number of times, including back in 2002. He was convicted of first-degree burglary, entering a conviction for second-degree burglary, and remand for the case for resentencing. He said on August 18th, 1999, yeah, he had some burglary allegation here dating back, 20 years when he was a young man. So he's been in a court of law a few times. Yes, it looks like a burglary charge that he did against someone in his community. I can't find anything about how long he's been the coach for here. Let's see if this has it. No, it doesn't tell me. It doesn't tell me, unfortunately. But yeah, he is a very sick individual. Yeah, summer. So at least for a while, they're saying apparently the female in the case, that woman Jada Cole, she's facing 5 felony counts related to the teen, including 2 counts of statutory sexual seduction by a person 21 years or older, 2 counts of use or permit a minor age 14 or older to produce pornography, and 1 count of first-degree kidnapping of a minor in the first case. So the first case is the 15-year-old. So she's also got her own background in this type of thing. Kaliza said sometimes they only do an initial background check, so that's possible that he somehow slipped through. Did someone saw? I saw someone saying that up here. Where is it? Someone was saying that the girl was passed out. I don't think on every occasion, because it sounds like some of them they have her on video where she's not passed out. So very, very awful. Yeah, glad he is off the street and not hurting any more women. Let me see up here. Yeah, he is a rock spider. That is right. He is a rock spider. Jojo said should be a life sentence. Should be. Rachel said, I hope if there is more victims, they will come forward. I would suggest there are more victims, probably even at the same high school, that this was not the only girl. I would suggest that this guy has more than one. Yeah, but I don't have... I was just trying to look for a date. Head football coach. Here, let's see. Yeah, no, I don't see anything. No. In town, Washington. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have anything. But there is more here from 3 News. It's not very...
Former Valley High School football coach who allegedly had a sexual relationship with a 15-year-old student made his first court appearance since a grand jury indicted him. Antoine Washington faces multiple charges, including child pornography. Our Andrew Nomura was inside that courtroom, and he joins us live from downtown Las Vegas with more on what happened. Andrew?
Well, Latoya, the 45-year-old pleaded not guilty to 9 counts related to sex crimes with the minor. And this 53-page grand jury transcript details some of the alleged acts. Now, according to this transcript, prosecutors' attorneys interviewed the 15-year-old victim, who is currently a student there at Valley High School. And according to this victim, that She mentioned how this alleged sexual relationship between her and Washington started out as conversations in the school's hallway that quickly escalated when they exchanged social media, specifically Snapchat. The victim also mentioned having sex with Washington multiple times, sometimes on campus. Police also mentioned that they found several videos that are too graphic to even describe here on television. The teen also mentioned that her own mother knew about the sexual relationship between the two and allegedly gave her permission. We do know now that the child, or the 15-year-old, is currently in the care of another family member. Washington's jury trial is set for July of next year. Latoya, we'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right, it'll be interesting to see what authorities will do with that information if it is in fact true that the mother knew about that alleged sexual relationship. Thank you.
There's some even more information. Wow. The mom, really? That poor girl, like, didn't have a chance, right? Just waiting for a predator to come along. Greaves Underground says, I can't imagine you just start doing this in your 40s. No, I would suggest that there's more here that they haven't uncovered as of yet. Will they ever get to it? I don't know. Sometimes we think this about different offenders and we never hear anything else. They're happy they got them on the one and putting them in prison, and then we never hear anything else. What it would take is for other victims to come forward and be very brave and recount what happened to them. That's what it would take. C. Taylor says, but wouldn't a coach have a background check? I don't know. Let's have a look. Nevada. Yeah, Nevada. Let's see if Nevada sports coaches here. In Nevada, sports coaches and other volunteers are required to undergo background checks. They're saying some organizations require background checks every 2 years. Others require checks at least once every 5 years. What's included in the background check? Criminal background checks may include misdemeanor and felony convictions, arrest records, and pending criminal cases. Driving record checks may include license status suspensions and other motor vehicle related issues. Yeah, so apparently the Nevada Automated Background Check System, or NABS, is available for use in Nevada. So that is for sports coaches. But this is very much like, people who work in the adult industry. So in the adult industry, you have to get an STD check every 2 weeks, but it doesn't cover you for so if you get a check and then somehow you get an STD before your next check, that doesn't protect the people you just worked with, right? They will get the STD. It's very similar to these background checks. If it's only once every 5 years, that doesn't protect the people before the next check is performed. And those people, still will get in trouble. They'll still get offended against. Hey, Greaves, how are you? Howdy. Howdy, sir. Or ma'am. Sean said, British Parliament have sexual misconduct issue. Who checks them? They check each other with a finger up the butt. Jojo says, fingerprint clearance is required in every state to be in a school. Does that require trainers, though? Because they're not teachers and they're only in the sporting thing. But it says here that they must be required. Resources, the Nevada. Yeah. It says here, anyone working in youth sports in Nevada have to have a background check. So, yeah. It doesn't matter if you're a little league or, something like that, or you're a college teacher or trainer, you have to have a background check. All right. I have one more story for you. One more. If I can get it loaded. All right. What happens when a mother tries to pin a murder on her own son? Well, I'm going to show it to you if I can get this loaded up. It's from Albuquerque. Albuquerque. All right, let's go to KOB4.
The mother accused of letting her son take the fall for a murder she's now in jail for was back in court today, and a judge decided whether she's going to stay in jail until her trial. Felice Romero joins us in our newsroom with the outcome. Felice.
Tessa, the judge had a lot of evidence to weigh this morning. The state presented Facebook messages from her older son that claim his own mom was pinning a murder on his younger brother.
For almost a year, Elizabeth Ortiz Chavez's son has been in the juvenile detention center, accused of killing his sister's boyfriend in March of 2022 during a fight that prosecutors say was arranged by Chavez.
The fact that she has allowed her son to languish in custody while she is out is just unimaginable as a parent.
Investigators say Chavez arranged the fight between her son, then 16-year-old Angelo Baldonado, and another 16-year-old Josue Ruiz after her daughter claimed Ruiz hit her. Facebook messages between her older son, Gilbert Chavez, and a woman would retell who apparently pulled the trigger that day.
She messages him on Facebook, and he essentially tells her that his mother killed his sister's boyfriend and that Angelo won't tell on his mom.
When you look at the complaint, for starting with the homicide, almost the entire complaint is actually the conversations on social media between other participants, Angelo, the other defendant, things like that. None of them are actually from my client.
The state brought up this setup in Chavez's pretrial detention hearing Thursday morning.
She is a cold, calculated, manipulative adult who, as a parent, is supposed to guide and nurture children. Instead, it's obvious that she engaged in a pattern of psychological abuse.
What a crazy case, right? Oh, you tagged me in an Amber Alert? All right, I'll have a look. But yeah, what a crazy case. And mum organizing that. That is brutal. Yeah, let me tell you some details and I'll get to that Amber Alert. Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll do that after. Let's go to this one. Mum killed daughter's boyfriend, then tried to pin it on her teen son because he'd face a lesser sentence. They say Elizabeth Chavez is now facing up to 18 years in prison for the 2022 murder she initially blamed on her son. There's a photo of Elizabeth there, and you heard about her in that video. They say a New Mexico woman pleaded guilty to second-degree murder this week after killing her daughter's teenage boyfriend. They're saying the Bernalillo County District Attorney's Office said in a statement shared on social media Wednesday that Elizabeth shot and killed him outside a downtown restaurant on March 4, 2022. She tried to blame it on her son because he's a juvenile, and she believed he would face a lesser sentence. The 49-year-old mother faces up to 18 years in prison after pleading guilty this week. The DA's office says, though, a sentencing date has yet to be set. They say the Bernalillo County inmate records reviewed by People show she is currently in custody at the Metro Detention Center in downtown Albuquerque, where she has been held without a bond since May 2023. They say Ruiz's 2022 murder took place in an alley behind a diner. According to KRQE and KOB4, the alley reported that her son Angelo, who was 16 at the time of the shooting, had confronted Ruiz about who was dating the sister. The two teenage boys were getting ready to fight in the diner's back alley when gunshots rang out. Ruiz was found dead at the scene, and they were, apparently Baldonado was arrested and charged with first-degree murder after he was convicted. Witnesses said that, that he was actually the one to pull the trigger. So she tried to blame it on the kid instead of herself. Geez, these people, right? They said the outlet reported that Baldonado then confessed to police that his mother had set him up, believing he would get far less prison time because of being a juvenile. He changed his plea in August 2023 and pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit first-degree murder and a felony assault charge while his mother was taken into custody. The teenager is reportedly being held at the County Youth Detention Center and will serve out his sentence until he turns 21. So not only did she get her son in lockup until 21, she's now facing 18 years in jail for trying to blame it on the kid. That's right. Yeah, I agree with you. Why would she care about her own son? Rachel said, I hope that judge gives her the max. Well, 18 years possibly is the max. So we'll keep an eye on that. We'll see if she gets a sentencing date, and we'll have a look. All right. This Amber Alert, a new Amber Alert, 18 minutes ago. Thank you for sending this in. I appreciate it. Let's go to Click to Houston. They're saying eight-year-old boy missing from Arkansas Pass. Suspect is on the run. They say the Amber Alert issued for 8-year-old Patrick Killian, who was taken from, is it Arkansas Pass in Texas? Authorities are searching for the 41-year-old Jeffrey Harris in connection with the abduction. Texas Department of Public Safety says Patrick was last seen at noon on Friday in the 2600 block of Armstrong Road. He is described as a white 8-year-old boy, approximately 4 feet tall and weighing 50 pounds. He has blonde hair, blue eyes, and was wearing black frame glasses at the time of his disappearance. They say Patrick was last seen with the 41-year-old Jeffrey Harris, who's described as a white man standing 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighing 215 pounds. All right. Let's see if we can find anything else about Mr. Harris. There's the vehicle they're looking for. It's a 2016 Hyundai Elantra. Hold on. And it has a license plate VDK 447K, and it's a Texas tag on it too. 2016 model. It's silver in color. Okay. KHOU maybe? Okay. Just trying to see if we get another alert. KWTX. All right. There's a photo of the boy and the person they are looking for. Patrick Killian on the left and 41-year-old Jeffrey Harris on the right. And then that's from Texas DPS. Let me check out Texas DPS and see if they have anything. Let's check there. They got a Facebook page. Do they have anything here? 4 hours ago? No. Nope. That's not it. Let's check their Twitter. All right. That's not it either. So just Amber Alert is posting it right now. Thank you, April. I appreciate that. Let me take you to the actual Amber Alert. There's a little photo of him. What a cute little boy. They're saying the county sheriff's office is searching for the missing child. And they're saying they're looking for that 41-year-old Jeffrey Harris. He is wanted in connection with the abduction of the child, believed to be driving a silver 2016 Hyundai Elantra bearing Texas license plate VDK 4474. Suspect last seen in the Arkansas Pass. In Texas, law enforcement officials believe the child to be in grave or immediate danger. Anyone with information should contact the sheriff at 361-729-444. And what's this guy's story? Just said he's a 5'9", 41-year-old white male, brown hair, blue eyes, 215 pounds. And yeah, they believe he may be wanting to hurt that child. So Texas Roadrunner said, I've gotten this alert twice in the past 3 hours. Is that normal for Amber Alerts to go out multiple times? Or is it possible that they released the first one about the little kid, then added the update about the guy? Because sometimes they do that. But I don't have too much more on this at the moment. It's just sort of gone out. The links I have say only like an hour ago. Yeah, within the last hour or so. Statewide alert. It's a Texas Amber Alert, not nationwide. 1 hour ago. Yeah, everything's within the last hour or so. But other than that, I don't have anything more. Like I would have thought if KHOU or Click to Houston would be the big ones. Yeah, details of the abduction, alleged abduction, were not provided. So they're not releasing any other details on what happened or how he got that little boy. Yeah, let me retweet this too. All right. I'm just going to search his name on Twitter and just see if anyone else has got any new information for us. Patrick Killian. No. All right, let me check one other place. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything else really. Just that authorities believe him to be in grave danger. When was the first alert? First alert came out about an hour ago, right? Yeah. First person to post it on Twitter was about, just over an hour ago. But no other adjoining details right now. That's it. That's all we know. That's even what Click to Houston is posting. So hopefully they can find him. Let's see if we can make that larger for you. It's a very tiny little photo, isn't it? There you go. Yeah, I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will. Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw that when I was searching before. I didn't. It's the only link I didn't click on because I was like, oh, they've all got the same details. All right, let me check. Click to, yeah. They're just saying the Amber Alert release, they just said he was abducted out of the area, and they've got, that's the same one here. This is Key TV, or I guess they call it News 3. Yeah, same thing, same deal.
New tonight, we are hearing word from CCPD following a road rage video that has been making the rounds on social media. This video taken
Martin
Wednesday
Luther King,
at the intersection
MLK.
of Staples and SPID appears to show a woman and a man arguing while the man holds an
Just want to make sure I'm saying his name properly. It is. It's Martin Luther King Jr. Day, Monday, 20th of January, 2025.
Aware of the video and are reviewing
Good night,
it. If you
Texas.
have
Good night.
any
Good to see you.
You are asked to call
All right.
detectives at this number,
Hopefully they do pick this up, and by tomorrow when we come back, we'll know more about this little kid. Yeah, let me switch this. If there's any big updates overnight, I may come back and hang out with you all, okay? If there's any big updates on Patrick or the person who is wanted with him, Jeffrey Harris, 41-year-old white male, yeah, I will come back and I will do an update for you. Okay? Hey, I love you all. Have a great, great Saturday for you guys tomorrow. I'll be back for Saturday night, and I'll try to get on a little earlier tomorrow, okay? I promise. And then we got Sunday night. Sunday night. Sunday night's going to be a good show. Jojo said that kid must be bigger now. Yeah, that looks like a very old photo. Maybe a custody thing. A day off from your usual crimes. I don't know. Should we do something for Martin Luther King Day on Monday? We could do something like that. Enjoy your evening. I will. Thank you to everyone who helps out with the channel. Thank you to all the new people who come and hang out, all the new subscribers, all the new people who like the channel, people who come and chat or leave a comment. Leave a comment under the video. I read every single one. Sometimes I don't always get to reply to them or like them or whatever, but I literally read everyone's comments every time. So if you've got something to say and you want Ping to read it, leave a comment. All right, I just got to check one thing, then we can get out of here. Thanks to Sean, by the way, for the donation. I appreciate it. And to Danny Mitchell for gifting the membership. That is very kind of you, both of you. And yeah, if you want to support the channel, subscribe and like this video. And somewhere in the chat, oh, here it is. There's some donation things if you want to do that. But if you haven't subscribed, that would really help me out a lot by clicking that little button under the video. And yeah, we're trying to get to that 2,000 this year. 2,000 subscribers. That would be great. And I'll see you tomorrow night. Oh, that should be fun. That should be a fun day. Whoa, I don't know if we will do a show. Maybe we'll all go hide and make sure the world doesn't go crazy. All right, peace out. Love you all. Have a great night. Sleep well. Bye.